Hi guys, I just wanted to pop on and do a really quick video showing you how I supplement my new stuff with my stash stuff. I just recently picked up the Pebbles Hey Hello collection and the Crepe Paper Magical Forest. I was very strict on what I allowed myself to buy. My criteria was 10 papers, 8 for backgrounds and layering and 2 for cutting apart. So I have my 2 cut aparts on the top here and the rest are backgroundy papers, all for layering. And then I also bought 1 pack of alphas, the 6x12 sticker sheet, the smaller stickers and the ephemera. So that's a pretty good kit in itself, but I wanted to pull in a few things, make myself a little kit and have everything that I kind of want ready to go so I can just pull it out and bash through it. So basically what I do when I do these kind of kits is I look at the colors and any metallic foil elements and kind of like just the general feel of the collection, and then I go through my bits and pieces one at a time and try to pull in what I can, and I don't go through everything. Once I think I have enough, I just kind of leave it and put it away. I find if these have too much in them, then they're just really hard to use. I have a couple of really big kits and they're really tricky to use, so I'm trying to keep it fairly compact. So my first port of call is I have a little container here of things that I have been gifted. So this is from Kmart. It's like a 3-tier organizer. It's meant for office supplies, I think, but I kind of keep little bits and pieces in here. Like I have a couple of Memory Dex cards here. I have a card, a little mini album that I was gifted. And then most of the other stuff back here is Happy Mail that I either swapped or was gifted. So I go through this first and try to find anything that matches, mainly because I have it sitting out there. None of it's put away. It's really easy to flick through. And I think it's nice for people to see you using the things they've given you. So yeah, I go through that. Anything that matches I will just chuck in. So I found quite a few things in there actually this time. I think these are all from a Happy Mail swap I did recently, and I loved everything in that collection. So I have these are Crepe Paper Good Vibes. I'm probably not going to use all of these, but I really like the little alpaca or the llama that's in there, because I know there are some llamas in this collection and the colors match really nicely. So I like these titles as well. I think these are kind of like, they're kind of puffy, they kind of look like rubber, but they feel like puffies. Yeah, they're really unusual, but they're really pretty. So I'm going to probably use those. I don't think I'll use the cactuses or the fruit, but these 3, I'm sure I can utilize those. So these are some mini doilies she popped in. The colors for this are just perfect. Obviously the white go really well. The white in this collection is a true white, so that matches really nicely. This teal matches quite a few of the elements in this collection, and the pink obviously matches really nicely, so that was a no-brainer. These little bows, super sweet. They're little leatherette bows with little gold middles. Not sure where these are from, but they were in my Happy Mail, so I'm going to use them. This mustard would actually go really nicely with this crepe paper collection, so I may split these up as I use them. But for now, I just noticed the pink and the green that are in this collection will go really nicely, and this pink I can definitely use too. Acrylic titles because they're white, and as I said, this collection uses a true white, so they'll be pretty perfectly and amazing. And then these flare buttons because the colors matched nicely. I thought they just have some kind of generic, so hello to them, and then right on with a little bicycle. So I like this yellow, if my camera will focus. So some of the elements do have pops of yellow, so I really like flare, so I feel like I can use a couple of these at least. And the last thing I'm going to pull in is another set of alphas, well, 2 more sets of alphas, because I have one set here. They're a really big, bold, solid uppercase font. So I chose this gold scripty. There's not a lot of letters on here, but I can bash through some of these at least. Chipboard, and they've got kind of like a cursive font to them, so they match really nicely with the block font like that. And there's quite a lot of gold foil in this collection. It's a true gold, so they'll match nicely. And just for another even smaller alpha, some gold glitter, just little minis. So that's all I'm putting in there. I could have gone through, and one thing I don't tend to put in much is sequins, because I always have a little container right here full of sequins. Same with enamel dots, so they all sit right there. So of course I can always go back through my stash and pull in everything that I need to as I go if I want anything extra. And I think really the less you put in these kits, the easier they are to use. So I store my homemade kits in these just page protectors. These are the ones from Kaiser Craft. They're not 12 by 12. Go figure. they're wider, they're like a 1/2 inch wider and then a 1/2 inch too short, which makes no sense to me, but it makes them good for kits because then you can fit more in them sideways. Like that. You can see there's quite a bit of extra space, so the stuff goes in easily. And then they hang out the top as well, so I can kind of sit here and flick through. You just have to be careful when you store them that that edge doesn't get damaged. But it's definitely easier to stuff because this is so wide. You can stuff it quite full. So there we go. All done. Now I would never buy these page protectors just for this purpose, but I do buy the Cards Craft albums and they come full of these page protectors. So this is my way of repurposing them rather than just throwing them in the bin. So I have a stack down there just for this purpose. I write the name of my kit on the spine here and then I store them just like that with the spine hanging out so I can see what's what and I can just sort of flick through when I need to. Okay, next we have Magical Forest. So when I'm going through, I tend to just get all my papers on my desk. I flip them to the side that I like the best because we all have those papers that we don't like one side, so I kind of fan them out like that. And I take all the bits and pieces and pop them along the top and I can see all the colors and the patterns and get a pretty good idea of what I'm looking for. So I pulled a couple of things out of my Happy Mail. I have this bag from another Happy Mail swap, which is really pretty. It's white and it's got these foiled spots. So I'm not sure how I will use it yet, but that's going in. So I just have a couple of embellishments for this kit, really. This little bag of paper clips. There's a couple of little teeny tiny bows and arrows. I'd say they're probably gold, but they're kind of on the dull side of gold. I don't mind mixing my metallics. You guys know this. I think this is subdued enough that it goes just fine. Then this is another little packet I got in a Happy Mail swap recently. It's all wood veneer. I have a big tub of wood veneer down there for when I, want to pull out the wood veneer, but I just felt like the little leafy wreaths in this really go nicely with the whole theme of Magical Forest. And some little flowers and some little hearts and feathers and things in there as well. And then alphas. Obviously I need a larger alpha because these are quite small. So I found these that I got on clearance at Spotlight not that long ago. They're the jewelry box stickers. Jewelry box stickers by American Crafts, obviously. I want to say they're a deep brown, but they kind of read black, especially when next to colors. And this collection has a very sort of subdued and muted, earthy toned feel to it. So I think they go nicely and they're kind of a whimsical font as well. And then I also pulled in these clear title word stickers from Kmart. I like that they're black and they're scripty. There's quite a few sort of black and white titles in it already. So I may not use a lot of these, but I have the option. And I think the script goes really nicely with these kind of uppercase puffies. So I feel like I could marry these together nicely. And that's actually it. So I didn't bring a lot into this one, but I feel like that's enough for now. There's quite a lot of ephemera. I have a lot of stickers. So yeah, I've just given myself a few extra alphas and a few extra little bits and pieces. So again, that's going to go away. So let me know if you like videos like this. The last one of these I did, you guys seem to really like. So it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's nice to kind of see how people do things and everyone's got their own little process, ways of thinking that I find quite interesting. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.